Hey guys, what is up? Fluffy Ninja from Warp Crew Paintball and Warp Sports Chicagoland here with, I don't know, kind of a breakdown of 2019. It's not been great for me, but that's fine. I'm getting through it, shit happens. Um, but one of the things that I really wanted to cover was probably the best marker to come out this season. Now, a lot of guys are going to be, oh, it's the Lux X, it's the CS2, it's the Field Force 1. And those are all great for guys that can spend the money on a type of marker to play speedball, to dump, 10 pods. The M17 or the M170 was awesome. The 170R was awesome. Like, all these markers are just super phenomenal. The die, I don't even know what number they're on, but like the die markers have been absolutely phenomenal this year. The paint jobs and the anno jobs have just been off the wall this year from almost every company. Like, they just knocked it out of the park this year with a lot of the different stuff that they did for their markers. Aftermarket's been really cool for a lot of accessories and stuff like that. But without a doubt, the best marker, in my opinion, to come out this season was the MG100. It's like, I know a lot of guys are, oh, it's mag-fed scenario, I don't care. Yeah, that's probably a big part of it is, the mag-fed guys and stuff like that. Like, literally every day in the MG100 owners group is just like, hey, look at this, hey, look at this, hey, look at this, hey, look what I did, hey, look what I did. And it's awesome. But the reason that I think that this is probably the best marker to come out this season is just the adaptability. If you go back and you rewatch some of the weekend loadouts that I did, like, they were absolutely insane with just the variety of things that you can throw on this. It's autococker threaded, which means 99% of barrels out there you're going to be able to transfer over. So if you have a CVO with an XL kit, you can throw it on here. If you have, a die barrel that you love to death, you can throw it on here. If you have, one of the barrels made by whatever company that makes the best barrel for first strikes, you can throw it on here. So just the adaptability just in the barrel alone is insane. The stock barrel that comes with it is phenomenal. It's actually on the LV1 right now because I don't have a barrel for it. This is an old proto barrel, I think, that's on here, just because I like the profile. Came with the on-off ASA that we had to buy for $60 for the EMAC. It's based on the EMAC platform, which was without a doubt one of the best mechanical platforms that came out, just because it was so simple. It was perfect for beginners to use. It was perfect for, people that have been playing forever to use. Like, it was just a great platform. And then they were like, hey, you know what? Let's make a mag-fed version. I mean, granted, die mags aren't great. They're not phenomenal. They still have a lot of issues. And then Planet Eclipse decided to fix those issues by coming out with new springs, new followers, etc. They're coming out with continuous feed mags, which are not going to come out until later next year, which is awesome. The aftermarket 3D printing people have been coming out with continuous feed mags for regular die dams. So they're like, well, we like the MG100 more, so let's just make it for the MG100, And it's phenomenal. It works perfectly. Like, a lot of the ones that I've seen through the group are like, wow, it's completely 3D printed with a couple of nuts and bolts, and it works like it's something that would be manufactured by one of these companies. And it works great. Just the adaptability. The aftermarket bodies alone could probably take up 2 to 3 hours of me talking about. The one that I have, which I actually don't know where it is, is like, oh, you don't like the tactical rails, but you don't want to play mag-fed. Yeah, just throw that body on. There's literally nothing on top. You have the mag well, that's it. If you don't want to play mag-fed, they include a dummy mag, and then you can just throw on their PAL system to where if you have one of the PAL loaders, you don't have to have an electronic locker. You can still play completely mechanical. If you want to throw on an electronic loader, it still keeps up and is able to, at least, output enough paint that you're not, nah, come on, I can't hit that guy because I'm not shooting enough paint at him. Like, it doesn't have that issue. If you do like the tack rail, the amount of things, like, this right here is the only real big gripe that I've seen people complain about, and that's like, oh, I only have the half tack rail on there, what do I do? There's been like hundreds of 3D printed adapters. It's like, oh, if you want just a cap, you can do that. If you want like a little bit more, you can do that. If you want, double the length, you can do that too. Why you would, I have no idea, but you can. Um, the stock that came out for it, granted I haven't gotten one, but is a great design. It drops down so that way when you shoulder it with a mask on, you're still able to look down your sight. It's just, I don't know. I feel like they really nailed it on the head. Where it's like, hey, you know what? Like, short of coming out with one that doesn't have a body kit on it, or that the mag well is swappable to where you can have just a regular EMAC. Like, I don't know why you would do that anyway, but like, you can do that. Like, if you wanted to run it as just a hopper marker, you can. If you wanted to run it as just a magfed marker, you can. Um, Again, aftermarket stuff. It's like, oh well, I want to play magfed, but I don't want to swap mags or anything like that. These came out like literally around the same time. It's the MCS box mag, and yes, a lot of people gave it a lot of shit when it came out because, oh, it's not what we wanted. Well, suck a dick. If you want a electronic box mag for less than $400 to $300, instead of buying one of the die-dam box mags and then having to go out and buy another loader to, take the guts out of, like, that works. I would love to have a box mag. I think that would be awesome. Like, especially, if you just made it to where it was force-fed, it would work perfectly. A lot of guys did the mod, and it was awesome, except for the guy that cut into the box starter. I don't know what the hell he was thinking. Instead of cutting, a little piece of plastic, you cut into a $300, $400 loader, which I'm sure, whatever. But it's, I don't know, just the adaptability of this marker has just been insane. Just like the loadouts that I've come up with were amazing, and the ones that I've seen in the group have been even more so, and they blew me out of the water. I was like, well, this is what I have, so this is what I do. And this guy's like, oh yeah, here's stuff from my real steel firearm, here's this, and here's like this barrel that can shoot a first strike at 150 yards and hit somebody in the face every time. That blew my mind, like how many different setups that I've seen for just one marker. I mean, granted, it's a little bit expensive. I want to say it retailed at like $600. I'm not 100% sure, honestly, but it's a good starting point for anybody that wants to play magfed, that wants to play mechanical, that wants to get into the sport and wants a cool, tactical, decent gun that can keep up. Like, it's good at that. It really is, in my opinion, again, totally my opinion, and of course there's going to be comments or, what about this, what about this, what about this? And yeah, a lot of markers have been phenomenal this season. Still probably one of my favorite markers, the CVO. I absolutely love the CVO. But this comes in at a little bit more affordable and can do so many different things. The CVO is basically a high-end tournament mechanical marker and has won a lot of mechanical tournaments, which was awesome. But this is something that the average kid that plays every couple weekends can pick up and depend on to work every time. The Gamma Core is tested and true and works in like pro level markers now, because it's still, it's the Gamma Core Pro, but it's still the Gamma Core at its base. It's the same system that was used in the G-Tech, the EMEC, the ETHA 2, and the G-Tech 160R, 170R, M170. Like, it's all the same bolt system, and it's in the high-end CS2s and like CS2 Pros or whatever the hell is out now, at the high end. Like, it's still the same similar bolt system, and it all works the same. Granted, it's not cross compatible, but that's a whole different thing. But this is the most adaptable, consumer-friendly marker that has come out. It comes with, a mag that comes with the springs and the followers and stuff like that. Granted, like, there's a lot of, like, extra buy-in if you want it. The box marker is, $100 and something on its own. More mags are, 30-40 bucks a pop. It's the continuous mags that are coming out are still going to be expensive, even though, they're still going to be really, really cool. I can't wait to get my hands on them, because that'll actually make me play more MagFed. I hate swapping the mags for some reason. That's the only part that bothers me about the die-damn mags. But this marker is just, it's phenomenal. It really, really is. Like, I don't know how many times I can say it, without sounding like a broken record. And yes, you can call me a Planet Eclipse fanboy or whatever you want. I really don't care, because Planet Eclipse has just nailed it on the scenario, the MagFed, the beginner, and the just mechanical side of paintball with one marker. Like, that blows me away, that you can do so many things with just this. Hopper adapter, mag block, magazine, hopper block, it really is kind of cool. So, again, that's just kind of my thoughts. I was watching a video from one of my friends, talking about, like, the top 5 Nerf blasters. And I mean, granted, I don't really have a top 5 for paintball markers, but, like, this is by far probably one of the most adaptable paintball markers that exists right now. If you love playing MagFed, you can do that. If you love playing just mechanical, you can do that. If you love playing mechanical with an electronic hopper, you can do that. If you want to play limited ammo MagFed, like, you can do that. Like, if you want to have a giant electronic box hopper underneath it, you can do that. Like, when I got to play with this for the first time, I literally went out with just this. I never had to reload, because I wasn't shooting a lot of paint, because it's mechanical. I wasn't shooting a lot of paint because I didn't want to, just overshoot people. I mean, if I wanted to, I probably could, but, it's, for what this thing is, for how much you pay for this, you get a lot out of it. You absolutely do. So, that is my top marker for 2019. Of course, share your thoughts in the comments. What is your top marker for 2019? I would absolutely love to read what you guys play with, what you guys use every weekend, and what you guys think is the best marker in your opinion. Absolutely, there's been a lot of good markers this year. This, I just think, kind of takes all of them and puts their face in the mud, because this is something that can do pretty much everything. I would love to get a shell for it that literally blocked the magazine and then had a hopper adapter on it. Like, something that literally just took all this away, had a hopper adapter. It basically turns it into an EMAC without you needing to put the mag block in there. I think that would be phenomenal if they could do that. So, I think you'd have to redesign the entire trigger, but whatever. Thank you guys very much for watching. Thank you guys so much for subscribing if you're a subscriber. Thank you for following me in 2019. That really does mean a lot to me, and I really hope 2020 is even better. So, thank you guys again, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye.